Wow, it's really interesting that there's still a lot of questions going on and comments about, as a seller, do I have to pay for compensation? Woohoo, now I don't have to. Well, I think it really depends on when you were asking the question. If it was back in the 90s, yeah, it was a different answer than it has been since 1999. Remember Prince's song, Party Like the Code of Ethics back in January of 1999 in 3-1 actually changed to say that unless expressly indicated, cooperating brokers on that MLS may not assume that an offer of cooperation, to get along and we have to all work together, should not assume offer of cooperation includes an offer of compensation. And that was January 1999. Not going to lay any blame here. The truth is the truth. January 1999 is when that changed. And there's also questions about, hey, as a seller, I don't have to pay the buyer agent commission and it's not going to affect home values. Well, not so quick there either, because it all depends on how buyer agent compensation is offered. If you offer that cooperative compensation up front, yeah, it's not going to necessarily affect your property values. However, if you don't, and it turns out to be something you negotiate during the transaction, and then turns around and is offered as a seller concession, one of those inducements to buy the property, yeah, we'll pay for your buyer agent. We have to track that in the MLS. And so, although it may not affect your sale on that home, when that comp is actually used as a comparable for other homes that would be like it, and they're trying to establish value, it is going to negatively affect it. For example, a $200,000 home that has $10,000 in seller concessions is not a $200,000 home. You see, in real estate, we don't price property by price per square foot, where we take the sales price and we divide it by the square footage, and it doesn't make for a competent comparable market analysis. So that $200,000 house that is sold then has $10,000 seller concessions, just, easy math here. So when it's used as a comparable for all other sales, it's going to have a $10,000 decrease in value because the value of that property is only $190,000. So it really depends on how compensation is offered to a buyer's agent through the seller initially or as a seller concession. So yeah, Fannie and Freddie said we're not going to count it if it is customary in the area for a buyer agent. But that only has to do with their mortgage and the amount that they can get from other sources. It doesn't have anything to do with the property sale and how that sale is going to be used in future comparables. I'm Robbie English. I'm a real estate broker and national instructor located in Austin, Texas.